This is the easiest mob XP farm for Minecraft Bedrock in Java Edition. This farm will get you to over level 30 in under 20 minutes and drop gunpowder, bones, arrows, rotten flesh, and much more. Materials are on screen, so pause and let's build. The first thing we're going to do is build up 72 blocks, and you can either count or add 72 to your Y coordinate. After building up 72 blocks, we're going to build a 4x6 platform around our scaffolding. Next, we're going to place down a double chest, then grab your hoppers and come behind the chest and place down 4 hoppers running into one another. Next, we're going to grab our building blocks and we're going to place down building blocks going around both the chest and the hoppers like so. Then we're going to do another layer, but instead of placing down blocks over top of the chest, we're going to grab our slabs now, and we're going to place slabs on the top half of those blocks so that you can crouch and see the hoppers. Next, we want to grab our carpets and place down 4 carpets over top of those hoppers. That way none of the XP is going to get stuck in the hoppers when we're killing the mobs. Then we're going to grab our building blocks and we're going to come up here and we're going to build up 19 blocks from this layer. And when it's all said and done, your tube should be 20 blocks from here down to this carpet. So that should be a 20 block drop chamber. Next, we're going to grab our blocks and we're going to build out 8 blocks in every direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let's go and do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we need to connect these 2 corners into a giant square, which is going to be 20 by 20 blocks, with our 2x2 drop chamber in the center, which will look like this. Next, we want to do a layer of blocks going all the way around our platform like this. This is going to be the water streams that carry all of the mobs that fall off of our platforms into the drop chamber. After placing down your row of blocks like we have here, we're going to place down building blocks in each of these corners, just like this, and then we're going to grab our stair blocks and we're going to fill in these layers with stairs connecting between those blocks that we've just placed down. Next, we want to make a temporary infinite water source, so just place down some building blocks like this, and then go ahead and fill it in with 2 water buckets to create an infinite water source. Then you're just going to grab a bucket, the water, go ahead and waterlog your stair, come back to the source, and just do this for the entire farm. And if everything is built correctly, the water should be leading to the drop chamber absolutely perfectly. Next, we need to place down a row of blocks on the outside covering these stairs so that way none of the sunlight comes through these stairs, because stairs are a transparent block, which means that if we aren't covering these up, then our mob farm is actually going to be too bright to spawn mobs. And then we're going to place down another row of blocks over top of these stairs, just like this. And then after we're done placing down this final row, we are ready to build the first layer of platforms, which is extremely simple. So all we're going to do is we're going to take our building blocks, and we're going to come over 1 block right here, place down a temporary block, and then a block right here. Go ahead and remove that block. And now we're just going to build a platform or a ring that's 1 block separated from the wall that we just built. So we're going to do this all the way around the farm, just like this. Whoops. And then we're going to grab our building blocks again, and we're going to find the center of this ring. So we're going to come over 1 block, because we don't want to be building over top of that hole right there. And then we're going to come over 2 blocks as well, just like this. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And this is the shape that you should be left with after building the template for your platforms. We are then going to grab our blocks and fill in each of the giant squares inside of this template, leaving these smaller rectangles and this center square empty. And after filling in each of your squares, we're going to remove these blocks that are connecting the template together, so that when it's all said and done, we should have 4 7x7 squares. I'm going to show you how to do one of these platforms, and then we're just going to do it to each of these square platforms here. So we're going to take our trapdoors, and we're going to place down trapdoors going all the way around the rim of the platform. Then we're going to grab our trapdoors again, and we're going to place down trapdoors in the center of the platform. We're going to make like a little grid pattern here. So we're going to place down 9 trapdoors like this. And then we're going to grab our buttons, and we're going to place down buttons on all of the blocks in between these trapdoors like so. So on this platform, we should have a 3x3 grid of trapdoors, and then a 4x4 grid of buttons like this. And then finally, just go around and open all of the trapdoors that are surrounding this platform. What's going to happen is no spiders are going to spawn due to the trapdoors and buttons, but then all of the zombies, skeletons, creepers, whatever, are going to walk off, fall into the drop chamber. And after filling in all 4 platforms, this is what it should look like. I personally think it looks really cool. And then we're going to go to the outer wall and we're going to place down 3 layers of blocks. Now, after placing down your 3 layers of blocks, you have 2 directions that you can take this. One, you can leave it here and throw a roof on it and call it a day, or you could build up to 3 more layers for a total of 4 layers worth of platforms. Now, the best way I can describe the rates of this farm is that as it stands right now, with 1 layer of platforms, it's about as efficient as running around at night and slaying mobs that way. If you were to build 2 layers of platforms, it's about as efficient as a mob spawner. However, by building 4 layers of platforms, this farm is twice as efficient as a mob spawner, or 4 times as efficient as running around at night. More materials, but more efficiency. You can always come back and upgrade your farm later. Now, building more layers is extremely simple. All you're going to do is replicate exactly what we just built, except you're going to do it 3 blocks higher. So 1, 2, 3, and on this layer right here, you would just build these platforms again. But once you've decided I have enough platforms, also I should mention, don't build more than 4 platforms, because this farm really does max out at 4 layers. Anything more than 4 layers, and you're going to have the exact same rates. But once you're done building your platforms, we're going to throw a giant roof over top of this and just fill in this layer of blocks. Again, leaving 2 blocks of gap or air between your roof and your layers. And then finally, just place down 4 torches on each of these corners of the farm. And then we're going to go back down to our AFK platform, which is down here. And we're going to place down 2 torches on these 2 blocks. And finally, we need to come all the way down to the bottom of our scaffolding. And I like to make it symmetrical and just place down 4 torches like this. And in Bedrock Edition, we can easily make this farm AFK-able by adding a trident killer. So we're just going to clear out these blocks, place down a temporary ceiling so no mobs fall on you, and then we're going to clear out all of these walls. And after clearing out our walls, we're going to grab our pistons now and place a piston on this chest diagonal to the scaffolding. Then remove the chest and place down our double chest this way so that we can open it. And then we're going to remove our hoppers and carpets just so that we can rerun the hoppers to make sure everything is running into one another. So this hopper runs into that chest, and then our hoppers run into one another like so. Next, we're going to place down a block next to this chest, and then grab our pistons now, and place our pistons in an alternating pattern so none of the pistons are in front of one another like this. We're going to grab our redstone torches now, and place down a redstone torch on the sides of each of these pistons. And then we're going to grab our observers and we're going to place down the observers so that they are looking at the redstone torches. So the observer face should be looking towards the redstone torch. And we're going to do this for each of these redstone torches. And then we can leave and we're going to build up our walls. So we're going to reconnect this to our drop chamber. And finally, we're going to grab our cobblestone slab, place down the slab right here so that there's a half slab slot. And actually, we need to remove those temporary blocks we placed in so no mobs fall on us. Go ahead and rebuild that chamber here so that this is what you're looking at. Go ahead and throw your trident at that back piston. At that back piston. And then place down a lever on this piston, turn it on, and the trident is going to then be pushed around by those pistons, making this farm completely AFK-able. Make sure if you are using this trident killer to hold a looting 3 sword for the best rates. And using this farm is extremely simple. Make sure you're using a looting 3 sword for the maximum drops. This is the version with 4 drops. As you can see, it makes a lot of drops and it's going to get you plenty of XP. They're going to drop down here. You're just going to kill them. And ideally you have mending on your sword as well. That way you're not losing durability. Alright, that was 5 minutes worth of AFKing, so as you can see, this is quite an efficient farm. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I'll catch you in the next one.